look at this thing swapping around here. I am I-70 eastbound, headed back to Georgia. Glad y'all can join me today. It's a beautiful day. The sun's shining good. There's no bad weather. It's 71 degrees. It's beautiful. We're right here close to the Kansas border. Heading back. How's y'all's days going? Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you like these ride along with truckers, make sure you smash that like button. How's it going out there, Patriot Alpha? I see you there. How you doing, Jerry? Glad you could join me live. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What y'all up to today? Anyway, I'm on a 70 eastbound. Yeah, me too. Just working along. Listen, glad you got y'all on the line here. I want to talk to y'all about something today. Listen, I've got a crazy stalker. I got somebody following the channel that is absolutely nuts. I don't know if he's watching now. I know he's been going on all my comments, or comment on every one of my videos, and I'm having to erase a lot of them. I don't know if y'all noticed it. It's his name is Steve, but it's S-T-R-V-E without the E. I erased most of them, so y'all probably not going to see them, but I did leave a couple on there today when I responded back. So this guy goes along and he watches the video, but then he gives advice right after I did the video. It's nuts. Like he'll say, and I don't mind people giving advice. I want to give, that's what the channel is about. It's about safety and about good things. But like the other day, I was doing a mountain driving thing, and he said, yeah, when you're going down the mountain, he said, and you feel like you're losing brakes, he said, make sure you pull the red knob. And like he's being serious, like that would totally make you run off the road, you know what I'm saying? Or he'll say, when you're in rainy driving, make sure you, if you're going around a curve and you feel it's going to right, he goes, turn it sharp to the left real fast in rain. Like, what? Like, what are you even talking about, guy? So I see these comments, and what it is just like destructive comments that he keeps posting. So I thought that was kind of weird. If y'all see him commenting, make sure you let him know. I'm gonna leave him up there if he says anything back. But he says some crazy stuff. But he's doing it on every one of them. Like he gave a tip of the day about how to save on your, how did he put it? He said to save on fuel, you need to disconnect one of your airlines or put a hole in one of your airlines at the back so it will save on fuel. Like crazy stuff. I was like, what? So I just deleted the comment. So today I asked him finally, I said, is you okay? I said, driver, are you okay? And he finally responded back. He said, I hate the trucking industry and I hate truck drivers. He said, that's why I leave these remarks. And then I said another thing back, and I said, look, I said, I get you hate truck drivers, and a lot of us are assholes out here, but not all of us are. But the thing is you're giving out this advice, and some people may take that seriously. Some people may listen to your advice you're giving and not know what you're talking about. I know you're being dumb, and most of the people common sense will, but some people may not, and they may take that seriously. And I don't want nobody getting hurt on my channel because you watch my channel. And he's like, that's what. Then he came back and said that's why he gave that advice, because he hopes truck drivers will listen to it and will die. I said, my God. So I was like, look, that's just nuts. I'm gonna start deleting this stuff. But if you happen to be on the channel and you actually watch, you see his name, it's like Sturve, S-T-R-V-E, whatever. Look at his comments, it's crazy. And then so after that, I said, look, all truckers ain't bad. And I said, look, I get it. I get you're upset, whatever you're pissed off about. Everything that you have comes from a trucker. So just remember that the computer you're typing on, the electricity, the coal that runs the electricity in your house, or the hot water, the fuel, everything you have comes from a trucker. So you need to thank a trucker that you're able to even text me on your phone right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, dude, chill the hell out. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I know the bigger the channel you get, the more crazy people I get. I appreciate that. And I can block him or report him. I haven't done it yet. At first I thought he was just being nuts, but then today he started commenting with like a smiley face, hammer slash knife hammer. Like, he really hates my guts. It's crazy. But you know what? Just like Cardi B, my wife told me that Cardi B was the singer. She was at the awards not too long ago, and she said she wanted to thank all her haters for watching her music, because every time somebody watches it, it just makes her music grow and she gets paid money. That's what she said. So every time he watches my video, it just gives me more views. So whatever, So yeah, I let them watch. You can view. I'll delete the comments, but I may leave a couple on there today. So if you see any of my videos I did today, you might see some of his comments. But if you ever do, y'all see it. And he's nuts. He's nuts. I'll leave a couple on there, but then if they get too bad, I'll make sure I'm gonna erase them. But anyway, so I'm glad y'all watching today. I hope y'all hope everybody's doing good. Look, it's a beautiful day, ain't it? I mean, I'm right here in Colorado on 70. I'm headed back towards Georgia. It's 71 degrees. Can you believe that last week there was a snowstorm right here near Denver? Last week, there's a 100-car pileup. I'm like, what the crap? But now it's 70 degrees here. Weather's crazy. And then, I don't know if y'all heard about that wind in Wyoming. Last week, you remember I'm looking through Utah. After I come through Utah, is it cold in Virginia? I see somebody says cold in Virginia. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's probably cold down in Georgia too. I don't know. I haven't asked my wife what the weather's like. But where I just come through Wyoming, there was 110-mile winds last weekend. It blew like a bunch of trucks over. So drivers, if you're ever driving and it's high winds, just pull over. There was a car who was videoing. Even though he's seen 3 trucks on the side of the road flipped over, that truck just kept going, and the car behind him was filming. And as he went over the hill, he fell over. I'm not saying it's funny, but it's like, here's your sign. If you see, they usually will they'll give you warnings, but they'll also shut down in Wyoming. But if you see trucks on their side, and you feel that wind, just pull over. You'd rather flip over sitting still than flip over going 60 miles an hour. But if you have to do it, you have to go through with it, just drive slowly, keep both hands on the wheel, do not use your cruise control, and just ride it out. I mean, that's what you feel like you need to do. But yeah, I do appreciate all the people that leave good comments. I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching there, Patriot Alpha. Sherry757, I see you there. Appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate all y'all in the comment and watch me steadily. I do. If you're just joining the channel, we're on 70 eastbound. I want to say westbound. 70 eastbound, headed back toward Georgia. All right, you see that car on the side? You want to make sure. There was a car behind me, wouldn't let me over. They finally let me over. But you want to make sure you get over always and let the car over. Did y'all heard of my video about my 10-second rule? It should be 10 seconds is what you should use as far as changing lanes. Let me go over that with you. 10 seconds. That's you want to have 3 seconds of blinker. So if I want to get over, I want to put my blinker over for have it on for at least 3 seconds before I get over. And then I want to let it take me 7 seconds to actually change the lane. You don't want to rush it over. You want to just slowly glide it on over. There's a lot of accidents that happen in lane changes. So make sure, I know I stress that a lot, and I said that a lot to y'all, but especially these live videos, I want y'all to know, I know you're listening right now, watch out for lane changes. Too many times if that happened. Listen, I'm a million-mile safe driver, but when I first started, I'd already had a million-mile safe driver, but million miles. But when I first started, I was going to swap a lane, and I don't know if it really doesn't even count. I didn't even get a ticket, but I know it was on the incident. But I was getting over in my lane, and a car went around me real quick, and my trailer slapped their mirror. Yeah, I did get a ticket, but I went to court, and then they knocked it down with 0 points on my license. But it was an incident that happened, like I said, 15 years ago. So you want to make sure that you're changing lanes. Sorry about that. We're buffering. There's hardly no internet right here. Patriot Alpha, I see what you said. You said you're a yard dog. You're not. You need to stay southern to keep busy between moves. Okay, in between your moves, Patriot Alpha, do you get to sit in your truck, or you have to constantly move? Can you get out of your truck? The reason why I asked is I worked the yard shift one time, and oh my God, it could be so dreadful falling asleep. But this is what I did. I got addicted to working out, and I got me some music and some headphones, and I started working out, and I was in the best shape by doing that. Now I'm not as nowhere near as shape as I was back then. I was, God, that was a long time ago. You know what I mean? I wasn't a yard dog. I was a local delivery guy. So that was when I started with Rosa, the company I'm with now. 3.5 years I worked for them. Then the last year I went local, and I got in really good shape because I was sitting around the yard waiting to deliver loads. I'd be sitting out of the yard all day long. Don't sit around. Get out if they'll let you get out. Go get you a resistant band. That's what I had. I had a resistant band. I could put that in my pocket so I wouldn't have to carry weights. With the resistance band, and I can show you a lot of different a lot of different moves. You can hook it to your mirror, and you can do like I did today when I was getting loaded. You can hook it to your mirror, and you can do chest, and you can do arms, you can do back, you can do legs. Just Google what you can do with the resistance bands, and you'll find out there's so much. Look, it takes 30 days to get in the habit of anything there, Patriot Alpha. 30 days. If you can do something for 30 days in a row, you get a habit of it. Try to get addicted to working out and listening to it. You'll feel better. God, you'll feel better. And it's something that will pass time. Yes, podcasts. I listen to podcasts. Joe Rogan's one of my favorite. I don't know if you listen to Joe Rogan or not, but I like Joe Rogan. I listen to him a lot. You can get some real... I do that on the road. I'm driving. I listen to a lot of podcasts. Besides the YouTube channel, I do that. So try to get addicted to working out if you can, man. You can do things like if you want to learn another language, if it's in between working out, get you some Spanish CDs or some Spanish apps. You can try to learn another language. You can do that. You can take you some book. You can take a book with you. Reading books make me sleepy. You know what I'm saying? But you can do that. You can listen to audio books. So working out would be my number one thing to do, because that's something that will help you physically. It'll help you in your health. And there's so many ways. Even if you hate working out, just do it 15, 20 minutes a day, and then let it grow up slowly. But yeah, you can do a book, podcast. That's about it, bro. Or try to learn something. Like, you try to get you some books, like you said, or just try to learn something. Always try to take in anything that you can do to learn. I try to do that. Like, I try to learn the language. I try to learn about the history. So when I'm driving, I've got a little more time. I can do that. So watch YouTube videos. Anything that's going to progress you in life, whether it's safety, whether it's anything you want to learn, you've got a chance that you can actually... A lot of people can't listen to podcasts. So, take that to your advantage. So a lot of people can't work out. You can work out and you can learn. That's what I take about from trucking. I don't look at it as, oh man, I'm just a truck driver, I have to drive all day. I try to learn things. I try to learn as much as I can. If I don't know something, then I want to read about it, I want to study about it, and I want to learn. So take the time to learn so you can grow. Yeah, there's people like drones. I don't know. I see that somebody commented, get a drone. People get in the drone. Maybe something you can fly around there and a drone. I don't know. Just my thing would be learning something, whatever it is, some type of hobby, working out, books. That'd be my advice. I hope you answered that. I know that wasn't probably the answers you wanted to hear, but I hope that did help you out. So anyway, so we're in Colorado. If you're just joining us, look at it. It's 71 degrees. It's beautiful. I'm on 70. I'm going to be on 70 for a while. I've got to go through Colorado. We're going to go through Kansas. And then you got to go to Missouri all the way to St. Louis. So I'm headed back. My trainee, he's getting some rest right now. He likes driving in the evening, so I'm going to let him drive a few hours tonight. This morning we got up early. We got up at like 6 a.m. Mountain time to get unloaded. Then the appointment went until 7. They started unloading us at 7. It took a couple hours. It was like 9 o'clock before they got me unloaded. Then we left there. I had to drive about 45 minutes over to this other town in Colorado, south of Denver. Might have been north of Denver. Hell, I don't remember. Anyway, so we got loaded there. We got loaded. I got some dog food in the bag. Big bags of dog food is going to Georgia. So, so we got that. I got over there. That my appointment wasn't until 2 o'clock, but I got there earlier, so they went ahead and took me. So that's always good. Don't just wait. And that's 2 o'clock Mountain Time. That's 4 o'clock Georgia time. But so I'm already loaded and gone. I've already been driving now for a while now. So I've been driving for about 2.5 hours. So yeah, so I've already got loaded now. 2 hours since I scaled. I stopped and scaled. That's another thing, drivers, is you want to make sure you always stop and weigh that load. Have we talked about scaling before? Well, while I'm on the subject of it, let's talk about that. When you get your load out here, you gotta make sure that it weighs right. Yes, it's not over 80,000 pounds, but your tandem's got to be 12,000, 34, and 34. I hope y'all understand that, but it's 12,000 up front, 34,000, 34,000, 80,000 total. Okay. When you get your load, look at the back of it and see where the freight stops. Okay, if it stops wherever it stops at, that's where you want to put your tandems basically at, without violating the bridge law. Of course, if it goes all the way to the back, you can't keep it all the way to the back because you're violating the bridge law, but you just go up just a little bit. But if it's only halfway through on the trailer, then I'll move those tandems all the way forward until it meets where it stops at. Now, that's just a rule of thumb. That don't mean it's correct, but that is the rule of thumb to get you close. Then what you want to do is you want to go straight to the first scale and weigh it. And for the past, I don't know, 50 loads I've had it right on, just because the way I put the scale, where I put the tandems, I'll park it there. Now, the one time you don't do it and you don't weigh it, that happened to me. The one time I was like, oh, I'm right, you know, because I thought I was right, I didn't go weigh it. I weighed it like the next day, and when I did, it was over the weight on the back. It wasn't over the 80,000, but it was over the weight on the rear axle. There was nothing I could do about it, so I had to turn around and drive all the way back to Georgia. But that was my stupidity for not doing that. So make sure you're always weighing your load. Hey, I appreciate that, Patriot Apple, thinking it's a good channel. I appreciate it, Sherry Lynn. I try to stay positive. I really do. There's a lot of there's too much negativity in the world, y'all. I mean, there's too much crap that goes on out here. I can get upset. I mean, I had a guy last night that's like, I come to the end of a ramp, and this idiot was parked at the end, not on the side of the ramp, not on the left side, but this guy was parked right there in the middle of the road. Like at the end of the ramp, just parked, put his flashers on. I said, surely God, he's broke down. Because I had to go on the shoulder just to get on the interstate. Very dangerous. I looked over and he's reading an atlas. I mean, what the heck? I wrote the window. I said, what are you doing? He's like, I am trying to get directions. I said, pull over, man. Because you know how hard it was for a complete stop at the end of the ramp to get over and to get going? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'll see you, Sharon. See you checking out. I'll see you later. No problem. So yeah, the trainee's doing really well. He's doing good. So he's doing great. He's just he's gonna be a great truck driver. He's getting some rest right now, so he'll come back on live with me later. So, but yeah, so yeah, that guy was just parked right there at the end of the road, man. It's just like, come on, man. That's another. So I could get upset about that, you know. I didn't. I was like, whatever. It motivated me more to make this channel so I can try to find drivers out there that need to know this stuff. There's a lot of things that people just don't know about, you know. Let me tell you a few things that I was thinking about earlier, and I did a little video on it. I need to do a longer video on it, but stuff the CDL school don't teach drivers no more. They don't teach them respect. Like they don't teach them manners out here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that you get your CDLs from school, and you're like, yay, I got my CDLs, but God, there's so many drivers that don't have etiquette, don't have manners, and I can't blame them. They just wasn't taught. So that's why I have this channel. I'm hoping that new drivers will listen and try to learn so we can make it better and safer out here. Let's go over some of those, like the fuel island. All right, when you pull up to get fuel, you get fuel and then you pull forward. Okay, you always pull forward so the next guy behind you can get his fuel. We're all out here in a hurry, drivers. We're all rushing. We all got places to be. Even if you pull forward, that's just really to go in there and get your fuel ticket, take a quick leak, and leave. Now, at the fast food ain't long, the line ain't long, I'll grab me a burger and leave, and that's pushing it, doing that. I really don't like doing that. But worst things I see is people who want to just sit down and don't even eat. I mean, you sit down there and eat, or they go take a shower while they're in the fuel line, and you're stuck behind them. That is so freaking inconsiderate. Hey, if y'all getting some value from this, man, y'all hit that like button over there. That way that algorithm can pick up. So hit the like button if you enjoying this channel. I appreciate it. I really do. So anyway, so it's like, yeah, drivers gotta have some etiquette. But you know, a lot of trainees that I get from school, they didn't know that. Like nobody taught them. And I'm shocked that, you know, these CDL schools don't teach people that you gotta pull forward. Like, so make sure you pull forward and then go park. Just run around and park. Make sure you do that. It's that simple, drivers. It's important. It's so important to do that. Another thing is that when you're driving out here and you're in that left hammer lane, don't be driving in that hammer lane. I get it. If you got to pass somebody, get over and pass them. But you know what I can't stand the most is when somebody's riding next to me and they're going. They know they know they can't beat me, or they think they might can. At 2 miles an hour, I'll back off. If I'm in the right lane, I'll just slow down. I'll let them go. But some drivers that get over there and they'll play turtle racing with these people. They'll just turtle race them to death. You know, if it's taking you 5 counties to pass somebody, don't do that. Just back off. You know what I'm saying? It says if there's a truck in front of me and another 4-wheeler behind me driving like crap, I'll close the gap so they can't pass on the right. Yeah, I get that. So like, but just don't. You're talking about 2 trucks right next to each other. You know, 2 trucks right next to each other trying to pass. Jeez, man, just slow back and just enjoy the ride and let them go. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be riding over in that left lane, blocking everybody, just driving slow. Shit, I know your shit's governed. Like, my shit's 68 miles an hour governed. It sucks. But, you know, if I can pass somebody, I can do a truck they're governed at 60, yeah, I'll go around them. But not if it's going to hold up 75 cars behind me. You know, I'm not going to do that, you know? So, anyways, I wanted to talk about that for a minute. Another thing is these CBs, man. People get on Channel 19 to these CBs and they'll just talk about stupid crap, yelling and cussing. Channel 19 is for truckers and it's for us to help, and I get it, you want to stay up and talk, but don't get on there talking shit. Don't be going on there just controlling the radio, rambling, taking over, singing, and all this crap. They don't teach it in CDL school. So make sure, drivers, that you're not just rambling on the damn CB about bull crap. Take that shit to another channel or just get the hell off, motherfucker. Pardon my language, but damn, I can't handle that. I like having my CB on, but I don't like it on when there's all these noise and this, and people are politicking and cussing each other out. It's just crazy. And I appreciate that, Patriot Alpha. I appreciate it, yeah. Well, you sound like you're a trucker. I mean, you're working at a yard dog. You're a trucker. You're gonna get there. You know, a lot of truck drivers want to be yard dogs. They want to get there and you know, and do what you're doing, so they're home every night. So, and I appreciate you watching my channel. I really do. It means a lot. But going back to etiquette. So another thing is, you ever seen these trucks come through with these loud Jake brakes? It's like real damn loud. Some truck Jake brakes are that loud, but some of them are. Don't do that inside the truck stops. When you're going through a truck stop, people are sleeping, man. If they're sleeping, don't go through there blaring that Jake brake. You know what I mean? That Jake brake's loud as hell, waking everybody up. It's just bad manners. Another thing they don't teach you in CDL school, y'all, is like when you park. And somebody had showed this to me years ago. I didn't think about it. I'll pull the truck stop and shut the curtain and go to sleep. I'll leave my headlights on. They'll come over and they'll say, hey, I can't sleep, man. You're shining right in there. And I'm like, oh, crap. I didn't even think about that. But now I know. Don't leave your headlights on at night, drivers. You'll say, if you get parked, there's a truck in front of you that you could be blinded. So this is just good trucking etiquette. Have some respect. Have some manners. If y'all getting some value out of this, hit that like button. Today we're talking about manners and stuff that the CDL school don't teach you. You know what I'm saying? Those are things. Those are just a few things that I wanted to share with y'all that maybe that you can learn. You know what I mean? But another thing I want to talk to y'all about today is safety tips before you hit the road. Y'all ever think about that stuff? Like, before you hit the road, yeah, you're going to say, Sean, let's do a pre-trip. Now, I ain't talking about a pre-trip. I'm talking about things before, the safety tips before you get on the road. All right, number 1 is take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're taking your vitamins. Make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. You can pre-trip your truck all day long, which you got to do. Don't take me wrong. You got to do that. But pre-trip your truck. But if you're not pre-tripping yourself, what happens if you break down and you shut down? You have a heart attack out there. If you got high blood pressure, make sure you're checking it. If you're diabetic, make sure you're checking the sugar. Treat yourself right, because you know what? Your ass is the number 1 asset that you're going to haul. It ain't those $100,000 TVs back there or $100,000 washing machines. Your ass is your number 1 asset. So if you're hauling, take care of yourself, drivers. That's something that you should do before you start your truck every day, is making sure that you're okay. Another thing that you should do, besides your pre-trip, now not this on the pre-trip, another thing you should do is plan your route with care. Like you say, well, Sean, I got a GPS. If I put it on the GPS, I put the address in and go. But yeah, that's great. But have you checked the weather? Do you know if a snowstorm's coming up? Y'all thought about that? Leave me a comment if you're getting some value out of this, and smash that like button if you are. But yeah, let me know I'm interested on how you pre-trip your trips, drivers. Like, how do y'all do y'all's? Do y'all look at the weather through the radio? Do y'all Google it? How do y'all look at the weather? And what about traffic? If you're outside of Atlanta or a big city, Chicago, do you plan the traffic times of when to go start, when to stop? So that way, I call it the Wicked Witch on the ELD, on the Qualcomm, the Wicked Witch 14-hour clock. Well, you got to plan so you can start, so that way you don't eat up all your hours having 4 hours of traffic. That's going to help you. So that exactly help you. Another thing you want to do is you want to, before you even start that truck, drivers, you want to get comfortable. You know what I mean by comfortable? Like, you want to get your steering wheel set. You want to make sure that your Bluetooth headset, is it charged up? Make sure it's already fully charged or connected to your radio. You already get the address inside the GPS, right? So you don't want to be driving and all of a sudden you don't know the address. You're trying to put that in. You're changing lanes, and your wife's calling. You're trying to swap it over to your headset, or you want to hear your radio station. You're trying to program it. That can cause accidents. So start with making sure that you're already comfortable. Make sure your seat's adjusted right. Make sure your mirrors are adjusted right. You can see out your left mirror, your right mirror. These are things that you want to do, and make sure that you're ready to go, right? So those are things that you should do before you leave. That's what I call the pre-trip of the pre-trip. You know what I mean? I always do this. So I hope y'all getting some value out of this. Like I said, we're on I-70 eastbound, headed to Colorado. Oh, headed from Colorado, headed back to Georgia. All right. Speaking of St. Patriot Alpha, you said you like being in the second lane. Let me give you a tip here. When you're driving, this goes for cars, trucks, whatever. Let's say you're driving, and let's say you're in the left lane. You're in the middle lane, right? There's a trucker on the right side, and then there's a police on the shoulder. Okay, so you got a shoulder, police on the shoulder. You're in the middle lane, so you're good. But that truck next to you is not good. But now you're not allowed to be in the far left lane. I seen a truck driver today. He put his blinker on to be courteous to his other truck driver. Got over in that fast lane, so that way that truck driver wouldn't have to pass that cop. And as soon as he got that left lane, that cop pulled him over and gave him a ticket. So if you're in that middle lane and that dude's over in that right lane and he's coming up on a cop, I'm sorry. I know you want to be courteous to let him over, but don't break the law just for that. Don't, he'll do it. He'll pull you right off. Boop, pull your ass right on over. So if you're not supposed to be in the lane, so make sure you watch that. But anyway, drivers, I mean, I appreciate y'all watching. I do appreciate all y'all commenting. I see y'all there. I appreciate it. Now, a few other things I'll talk to you about today, and these are good stuff. This is driving habits. Let's talk about those for a minute. Safety tips when you drive. Okay, safety tips when you drive. Y'all can share your safety tips in the comments. I'll make sure I get back with them. If y'all have any good safety tips, let me know. Let me know. Number one safety tip that I can give you drivers is wear your seatbelt. Wear that seatbelt at all times. I know you're just like, Mama always said that. Buckle up, click it. Was it clicking a ticket? No, for real. It's you wanna damn use your seatbelt, y'all. You know, it is stated by the CDC that you're 30 times more likely to be ejected from your car by not wearing a seatbelt. It sucks. So make sure you're wearing your seatbelt. Y'all always make sure that happens. You want to watch your blind spots. And again, that's what we talk about. Take it 10 seconds. Take those 10 seconds. 3 seconds to put your blinker on. 7 seconds to change your lane. So you always want to make sure there's blind spots everywhere. Use those mirrors in front of the hood. You know what I'm talking about, the little mirrors up there? Use all your mirrors. Use every one of them. And safely make lane changes. Those are good driving habits to get. If you're not doing the driving habits, get in it now. Another thing you want to do is you want to stay alert in work zones. Work zones, man. You got to figure those people that are working in the zones, they're somebody's daddy. They're somebody's son. You know what I mean? They somebody's out there. So you want to make sure that you're watching those work zones. You don't want to run nobody, kill nobody. Don't speed through them. They're very, very dangerous. You don't want to kill nobody. You don't have to live with that. Damn sure don't want to go to prison. You know what I mean? So stay alert in work zones. Pay attention. Even though it's dark, you're tired. Stay alert. Anyway, I appreciate y'all joining me today. I'm going to charge my phone. Thanks for watching this live broadcast, and let's get it.